Welcome to Microsoft Software and Systems Academy, MSSA 101. We are so glad to have you here with us today to learn more about our program. My name is Beth Jarvis, and I will be your facilitator for today's events. I am a Senior Engagement Manager with Microsoft Military Affairs, and I have been with the team for close to 10 years now. I'm also an Army veteran, the spouse of a retired Army veteran, and the proud daughter of an Army veteran. First up, I just wanted to go over a few housekeeping items to cover before we get started. This program will be recorded, as Terry already mentioned. Also, when not speaking, please keep your mics muted and your cameras off. And we will be sharing out the deck with all registered attendees at the conclusion of this event. Also, please hold all of your questions until the end, as we will have time for Q&A at the end of the presentation. It is our hope that everyone will engage and contribute today, even if you are not presenting or if you're not on a panel. We also are going to have interactive polling going on throughout, and we hope you will participate in that as well. We want today to be interactive and collaborative and participatory for all. So as you can see, we've got our agenda up here. We've got a busy day. This morning, we've got an hour dedicated to this MSSA 101 program. We will go over the program overview. We will talk about how you apply to MSSA. We'll look at some of the metrics of MSSA. We will look at a curriculum overview, and we will also look at what our professional development curriculum entails. And then last but not least, we will talk about some of the resources we have available to hiring partners. And with that, I will turn it over to Terry and the corporate engagement team consisting of Christy and Marco.
Thanks, Beth. We want to welcome you again and thank you for your time for being with us today. We have a lot of good information lined up for you. But first, let me just provide a brief overview of what MSSA is all about. The Microsoft Software and Systems Academy, that we affectionately call MSSA, is a Department of Defense authorized skill-based program that is fully funded by Microsoft. Since its inception and 11 years ago, the program is designed to offer transitioning service members and veterans and military spouses the IT training and support they need to embark on successful careers in the tech industry. This program is not only addresses the growing demand for skilled tech professionals, but also honors the commitment of those who have served by providing them with valuable opportunities for growth and advancement. The program's cohort-based learning model is structured to provide a seamless learning experience while combining theoretical knowledge with practical application. So our 17-week curriculum is developed by industry experts and is continuously updated to keep pace with technological advancements, because as we all know, things change over time, and we want to make sure that our veterans are getting the most updated training as possible. The virtual instructor-led training, which we call VLT, is offered Monday through Friday and presented by Microsoft Certified Learning Partners. So this is truly a rigorous program that ensures that participants are fully immersed in their studies and rapidly acquiring the skills necessary for their new careers. We believe in setting them up for success. The program offers 3 learning pathways for our transitioning service members and veterans, such as cloud application development, server cloud administration, and cybersecurity operations, and a newly offered program that we call the Technical Program Management, offered for military spouse. By focusing on these high-demand areas, MSA ensures that its participants are well equipped with the skills and knowledge needed to thrive in a competitive job market. One of the standout features of the MSA program is our strong emphasis on job search support. So the MSA program partners with other companies, which we believe are listening right now, across various industries who are seeking skilled talent. These partnerships are not only benefit our graduates, but also help companies meet the increasing demand for tech talent. The impact of the MSA program can be seen in the numerous success stories of our graduates. Many have gone on to secure rewarding positions at Microsoft and with our network of numerous hiring partners. Our graduates serve as an inspiration and testament to the effectiveness of our program. So we are extremely proud of our MSA graduate family, and hopefully you'll be able to stay on and listen to some of their testimonies today. MSA is more than just a training program. It is a community. And so one of the taglines of our program is once MSA, always MSA, meaning that our learning model and culture fosters a sense of camaraderie among participants, reflecting the teamwork and collaboration experienced in their military service. We have a strong alumni program that encourages our graduates to stay connected with the program throughout their professional careers. This support network is crucial for our veterans as they navigate their new career paths. So we encourage you to continue to listen and learn and be part of this experience today. I'm now going to pass it over to my teammate, Christy.
Thank you, Terry. Hi, everyone. I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview on the process to get into the MSSA program. So as a free Department of Defense SkillBridge program, we encourage transitioning active duty service members, as well as veterans who want to build a career in technology to apply for the program. But one can't just sign up for MSSA and log into class. We often have hundreds of applications for a single cohort cycle with only 60 to 75 seats. So applying and being accepted into MSSA is a very competitive process. Applicants must follow all the DoD SkillBridge requirements, submit all necessary documents, and complete all the prerequisites for their chosen learning path before they move to the interview stage. And that's where the MSSA team gets to know them a little bit better and what their career goals are. And then they make sure they're a good fit for that rigorous curriculum and schedule that they'll have to abide by. The selection process takes a lot of factors into account, including diversity of experience, background, and community, and ensures that the program remains compliant with DoD requirements. It also builds cohorts that will thrive together in that fast-paced online environment. The competitive nature of the application process means that those who do secure a seat have truly earned their place in MSSA. But what does that mean for our hiring partners? It means that they have free access to some of the most qualified and well-rounded veteran candidates out there, and they're all ready to learn and grow at their new companies. And next up, I'm going to talk a little bit, about the attributes of an MSSA graduate. It actually goes for most veterans in general. The ability to learn and adapt in an ambiguous situation. Collaboration and teamwork, that's second nature. A disciplined work ethic and drive for results, leadership skills, and of course, handling pressure and stress with grace. These qualities are valuable not only in the IT industry, but the civilian workforce as well. The purpose of today's conference is to spread the word about what veterans bring to the table and how programs like MSSA, along with our partner companies, are building an important career bridge for these talented individuals. And I'm going to turn it over to Margot, and she's going to share some exciting statistics.
Thank you. So for MSSA being around for 11 years, again, we are a premier SkillBridge program. So on the screen is an overview of our MSSA by numbers. It's our cumulative metrics, our report card of the program. And as these numbers have just been updated, I just wanted to highlight a few items here. We have a little over 3,800 program graduates, 106 currently in cohort, 96% are employed out of all the graduates seeking employment. 90% have been and are employed directly within the IT industry. And to end here, there has been 1,000+ companies that have hired our MSSA graduates, and we are currently looking to grow that number of potential hiring partners with all you here today. Perfect. And I wanted to highlight here, the MSSA program doesn't train for a job, we train for a career. So listed on the screen are some of the top 10 roles that MSSA graduates and our highly skilled veterans have transitioned to after finishing the program. So based off their military experience, these roles root from all realms of our learning paths, from SCA to CAD to cyber. And many of our graduates are also suited for program and project management roles as well. The program engagement team, we pride our MSA graduates, on their skill sets and their leadership, as these roles have been highly in the top 10 roles we have listed here. So moving up next, I'm going to go and follow it up with Merrick and the Military Education and Career Development Team.
All right, thanks, Margot. Welcome, everyone. My name is Merrick Van Dongen. I lead the military education team focused on the curriculum, technical curriculum, and training delivery supporting the Microsoft Software and Systems Academy program. I've been at Microsoft in the training and development role for the last 18 years, and I'm a former Navy submarine officer as well. For the sake of time, I'm going to introduce the team. Carl Diemer is our learning consultant, has decades of experience in the training and development field. He's been a courseware developer, instructor, content designer, both inside Microsoft and outside Microsoft. Benet Rout's our data analyst and manages our data platform. Benet is an Army veteran, and he's also a graduate of the MSSA program. So both Carl and Benet report to me. Dina is on our operations team, and she manages our professional development curriculum. And she's also a military spouse, so you'll hear from her shortly. Let me get into the different learning paths, and I'll take them one at a time. We have 4 different learning paths, 3 that are offered for transitioning service members and veterans, and 1 that is focused, at least currently, for military spouse. So let me go through those. And also, let me say that you'll be getting a copy of the presentation. So if you're looking to get into the details, you'll have a record of this. And also, if you have questions throughout, just put them in the chat. We'll try to address them with respect to the curriculum as well. Cloud application development. This is our software development track, and we do have some prerequisite training that's required for all of our learning paths. But for this learning path in particular, we focus on the fundamentals. We want the people to come out of this curriculum being able to code on day one, going into an employer. And we go through an introduction to programming, focus on data structures and algorithms, and then get really into an applied mode with lots of labs and coding practices for participants to go through, and that's really focused on the C# language. Other language, once you've gone deep into one language, it's relatively easy to pick up another language as well. We look at the front end with .NET MAUI, and then transition into Azure, the cloud, introduction to cloud, and development in the cloud before we go into an exposure to Microsoft AI, and in this case, GitHub Copilot. All of the tracks get exposure to AI as well. It's one of the bigger focus areas for Microsoft, and we do want to focus on the fundamentals first, and we introduce AI concepts later in the learning tracks. But it's an important part of the program as well. Okay, Terry, let's go to the next learning track. Server and cloud administration, and this is our network and cloud admin track. We start with PowerShell, work through GitHub, and then really get into the fundamentals of networking, on-premises network focus for fundamentals. We even cover Linux. There's lots of migrations from Linux platforms to the Azure cloud. So we do touch on that as well before introducing, again, the cloud and administration of the cloud, but also endpoint administration. So that's an important part of what we offer. We cover a little bit of migration in hybrid hybrid focus and AZ800, and then again introducing folks to Azure AI fundamentals as well. The last two tracks that I mentioned, there's no real IT experience that's required. Of course, preferred individuals will have, will show us that they're very interested in those tracks and those technologies, but there's no real IT experience that's mandated as part of the application process. With cybersecurity operations, that's a little bit different. We do require 1 year of cyber and networking experience for applicants coming into the program. The reason we do that is it's based on input we've gotten from hiring managers, both within Microsoft and with our partners, that in order to really put someone into a cyber role, we need to have people that have some experience under their belt. So that's the reason for that stipulation in the applicants for this program. Again, we start with PowerShell and do a review of Windows Server, and that's only a light review and an intro to Linux, but then start going more holistically into the security space, focusing on CompTIA. We do require a Sec Plus certification as part of the application process, as well as experience. So they've gotten that background in security to start. And then we introduce them to the Azure Cloud again, endpoint administration, and then security technologies and administration before getting into the real Microsoft security stack, covering Sentinel, covering a number of different identity and access, a number of different core security courses that are focused on Microsoft technologies as well. And then a Copilot for security is a focus later on with AI fundamentals, again introducing AI concepts. All right, and our last track, the three that I just mentioned were for transitioning service members and veterans. The last track here is really focused on military spouses. This is a new offering for us, just kicked off last week, and we're very excited about it. We've got this is a curriculum that's focused on a number of tenets for military spouses. We wanted to have an offering that was portable or a role that's portable. Not necessarily whether it's remote or not. It's a portable role that can be done in a number of different areas and companies. It leads to a career. It's focused on in-demand skills, and so those are some of the tenets that we landed on for this. The curriculum focuses on program management and project management, but there's a technical component as well. It's focused on data analysis, DevOps, and Python programming. So that lends itself well to data analysis and visualization. So again, we step through those technical topics, focus on program and project management and DevOps, and then get into again the cloud and introduction to AI concepts as well. So before we go to, or I've covered the, I'm gonna hand over to Carl to go over some of the recent changes that we've done. We constantly evolve our curriculum offerings to align to what we see for market trends, what we're hearing from hiring managers, and we've made even recently a lot of updates to the various learning tracks. So Carl, take it away.
All right, thank you, Mark. Yeah, so here we have, just to give you an idea of how we manage and maintain these learning paths, I guess in summary is they never sit stagnant. We constantly evolve this. So this list of changes that we've recently applied are just representing what has been currently done to keep them on target and focused. But this is just an example of what we've been doing all the years past for this program. So here in Cloud Application, for instance, we updated what we include in terms of leak code. So leak code is a OTS or an online testing mechanism in which for assessing coders' ability. All companies have been using this for a long time before you get a chance to even talk to someone at a company for a job. They want you to do an OTA. And that says, can you even code? And that OTA is timed, it's scored, and then if you actually pass, then you might get a call back from them to start an informational or interview process. So LeetCode now, we are buying or providing premium subscriptions to participants in the CAD cohort, in which this is worked on weekly, where they're doing coding challenges, so they become familiar with, hey, what I learned, can I actually apply this in a challenge? So then they're more prepared for when they have to take a OTA when applying to a job. We also added a certification requirement. This is a free non-proctored exam, but it's quite extensive. This, again, back to what Merrick mentioned, this kind of tells you and gauges their passion. Someone that's just trying to wing it, they're going to quickly lose interest, because this on top of the training, and there's a fair amount now because there's training for this exam in addition to our LinkedIn Learning training. This really helps them really ramp up and be better prepared for that first week and that cohort start, because we come out of the gates running, and it's code, code, code from day one all the way to the very end. We've also incorporated more GitHub benefits in addition to what we teach. Now we're providing them access to what we call some educational information or educational resources in which they can, and this is also co-pilots included this, and that's the lower bullet, the GitHub Foundations exam voucher. That's provided to them for free, in which they can become certified with GitHub. So you can see there's, and then obviously the training has been updated because the product group, that the GitHub product group, built their own path, and then that's been incorporated and pushed into Learn. And then across the board for every learning path, for the SkillBridge program learning paths, the three of them, we've added the AI 900 again, so they have this awareness of what's coming, technologies, and how it can impact their careers and their job roles and how they do their job. So we're just kind of priming the pump there. If we move on to the server and cloud administration, again, the GitHub pieces, there's three of them there: the training, the education pack, and the exam voucher. It applies to all of our cohorts across the board. We're making available less emphasis on the cyber, because they have a much tighter focus towards that security stack, as Merrick highlighted. So that covers the server and cloud. And then if we look in the cybersecurity operations, here we played with, and we always look at all this constantly, but the prereqs. In this case, we remove the requirement for the CompTIA, or we remove CompTIA Sec Plus from the learning path, and then just made it requirement. And we did this because we found that a lot of folks coming into this, in fact, it was like 90% of our candidates that were in the cohorts were already had the Sec Plus certification. So therefore, we pushed that to requirement. By doing that, that removed the course that we're covering in the path and allowed us to do more focused security coverage on some of the Microsoft stack. And that's always that balance we're trying to do, is how much bang for the buck within this 17-week program, can we get in covering the right technologies with the right amount of coverage. We also reduced the application experience from 2 years to 1 year. And then again, we added the AI 900. For the TPM, Technical Program Management, that is a net new. It's not brand new. We actually did this many, many, many years back. Took a lot of key learnings from that, and also what we've learned from just our evolution of our program, and built this out from scratch. And looking forward to the results of this. It should be pretty exciting. And I believe Dina is going to talk about professional development.
I sure am. So the other 20% of our program, 80% of our program is the IT section, and 20% of our program is professional development. So we meet with our cohort participants every Friday and a full week to discuss professional development elements. And we brought our curriculum in-house. So it is Microsoft created curriculum that's based off modern career theories. And it's based off the idea that most transitioning service members and veterans are what we would call career switchers. Even if they did IT in the military, it's going to be a little bit different on the civilian side of the house. So we developed our curriculum with that in mind. And we take them through 5 key elements. So we start off with personal and professional identity exploration. It's who are you and what do you bring to the table? It's very important that they can identify their professional skills. I will take this moment to say, you will note that we say professional development and professional skills. There is nothing soft about what they're bringing to the table. So that is our language that we use here at MSSA. We start with who they are and what they bring to the table, and then we take them into part 2, which is industry and role research. We want them to make sure that they are investigating and learning what are the needs of our hiring partners out there, of companies, these roles, what's adjusting and what's changing. And then that leads us into developing their marketing plan. And that's the part that most people think of when they think of professional development. Resumes, their LinkedIn, building their elevator pitches, those kinds of things. Once we have that, we'll move them into evaluating offers and negotiation and how to go about accepting a role. And then we tie it all together with, now you've got the job, what next? How to set yourself up for success for the next 6 months, year, 3 years, as we're going down the road. We also include Microsoft mentors. Every Friday, our participants will connect with Microsoft mentors for both professional mentoring and technical mentoring, which is a nice added bonus. In addition, we've talked about the military spouse program that just had our pilots start off, and we're excited about that. One thing we made sure that we did, and as a military spouse myself, I was super happy to make sure that we did this, is that we didn't just take our veteran and military curriculum and just put military spouse on it and go. Military spouses have their own unique needs and unique situations, and we wanted to make sure that our curriculum was developed with that in mind. So we definitely looked at addressing those specific needs of that community, and we adjusted our training around that, including some training around the professional skills that go into program management. So that's our professional development side of the house. It's one item that kind of helps set us apart from other skill bridges that do the curriculum around the tech. It's a nice added benefit. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Margot.
Thanks, Tina. So this screen is showcasing the MSA Hiring Partner Portal. So what is this for? It's a private portal where our hiring managers can manage job postings and find qualified MSSA candidates for your open positions. What is the benefit of this portal? It's as simple as if you see roles, see to fit. It's a great tool to find MSSA graduates and engage with potential talent, utilizing us as your talent source. So on the screen, it showcases a screenshot of what parts of our portal looks like with the fields available. So you'll be able to search by, learning path, if there's a specific degree you're looking for, clearances, and even location. This really allows for our hiring partners to review resumes through this. But the best part is that it's free. There's no cost to our hiring partners. And as mentioned, you will be receiving this deck with our contact information. So if you'd like to reach out, we'd be more than happy to run a demo on how it works and help you provide that access. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the baton over to Christy for important dates and opportunities to connect.
Thanks, Margot. So these are some important milestones during the cohort that our hiring partners watch for. So during week 14 of each cohort cycle, we celebrate resume release. And this is the date that our participants' resumes go live in the hiring portal that Margot just spoke about. Recruiters can view them, and partners like to save that date because they know that means there'll be an influx of new talent that's available to search. Graduation is another important date for partners to know. It's good to estimate the availability of the group because they will have completed the SkillBridge program, and most are in active job search at that point. For partners, there are a lot of other ways to connect as well. Aside from accessing resumes in the portal, companies can post roles that they're looking to fill on the job board, and that's through the portal as well. They can request to do a 1-hour focus presentation about their company, their open roles, and their hiring process. Presentations are always a great way to connect with interested participants and answer questions in a group setting. For immediate and specialty hiring needs, partners can ask the engagement team, that's Margot and Terry and myself, to email information to current participants and graduates, those that are in job search, and then we can post it on our MSSA LinkedIn page as well. Lastly, a great way to stay connected with us is by following Microsoft Military Affairs on LinkedIn. You can find notifications of upcoming events, program updates, and as soon as we're done here, I will put this link in the chat for you to go follow us. And I think it's over to Beth now. Thank you.
Yes, back to me. So at this time, we still have 30 minutes left that's slotted for this schedule, and we are happy to entertain any questions people might have. I know we threw a lot of content at you, but at this time, if anyone would like to ask any questions of our team specifically related to any of the curriculum that was discussed or more details on the portal, please go ahead and raise your hand in the Teams feature or just unmute your mic and let us know what you're thinking.
Beth, I have a question.
Oh, go ahead, Michael.
All right, cool. I saw it on the slide deck. I just want to confirm. I used to have access to the CV database. I just need to reach out to the person that's on that slide deck to be able to have access to that again.
Yes, if you want to send an email to mssaops@microsoft.com, it's on the slide we're looking at now. That's the best alias to make that request, and then we will follow up with you and schedule a demo if needed, or grant you access to the portal if you already are familiar with it.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Beth.
And we're excited to have FTM back on the portal. So thanks.
Awesome. And thanks for having me. I appreciate this presentation. It was very informal.
Good. Glad to hear that. Thank you. Any other questions at this time? Okay, I am going to take that as a no. We thought we would be talking with you all a lot longer, so we have about 28 minutes before we start the Employer Partner Conference, so we'll be giving you some time back. Guess everyone should go refill their coffee cups and get ready for an exciting rest of the day, and we'll kick off here back at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will start our programming for the actual Employer Partner Conference at that time. Until then, enjoy your day. Oh, I guess Terry's putting up a poll, so hold on to getting that coffee refilled. So we're going to be doing this throughout the day. If you could just, this is great for us, just for our awareness to kind of learn more about the audience that we are talking to. So if any of you served or any of your family members served, if you could let us know and take part in the poll that just got put up right now. And it looks like Christopher raised his hand too. Go ahead, Christopher.
Hi, Beth. Hi. This is Chris with FHI 360. Thank you so much for this presentation and having us. So really quick, I just wanted to make sure I have all the information correct with what Christy was going over the previous slide. So if let's say FHI 360 wants to give a live presentation and talk a little bit about what we do, who we are, to the veteran community, do we reach out to the engagement team, right? And we can set that up and then we can go from there, right? Is that correct?
Christy, I'll let you go ahead and answer that directly.
Sure. That's absolutely correct. Towards the end of the cohort cycle, we have time for presentations on Fridays. And so all you would need to do is reach out to us and we would kind of get an idea of whether you want to talk to all the participants or maybe just one specialty. And we do know that some folks only hire cyber or only hire software development. So we want to make sure we get you in front of the correct people. So we'll work with you and get that all set up. That's not an issue.
Awesome, perfect. I think it would be a good idea to set like a pre-meeting just to discuss, what we're looking for, what you guys think, what we should do, and then just go from there. So awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Go ahead, Gary.
Hi, I think Margot was talking about this just a few minutes ago about pertaining to the portal. You mentioned that that access to it is free to hiring partners. Must one be part of that hiring partner network to gain access to the portal?
Margot, I'll let you go ahead and answer that. Sounds like we're losing you, Gary.
Oh, sorry. Do I need to repeat? I'm sorry.
Yes, so sorry. I was
If
not
you
able to
could,
hear the
you
last
cut out
part
at the end there.
Oh, my bad. I was just asking if one needs to be a part of this hiring partner network to gain access to the portal that Margot was speaking of.
Yes. So that's what I had mentioned towards the end of the slide here. Reach out to our team. We'd be more than happy to connect with you, learn a little bit more about your organization itself. And then once we get you into our internal portal, we'll be able to provide you with that access and with any additional recruiters that you'd like to share on your team as well.
Okay.
So I'd be more than happy to walk you through it.
Will you be posting or telling us who's part of your network, your hiring partners?
No, but Christy, did you want to highlight a little bit more and share a little bit more information regarding our hiring partner network in that realm?
Yeah, I can do that. I mean, we have partner companies that are, I want to say, in just about every industry. They're large companies, small companies, DoD contract companies, commercial companies. I can just throw a few out there, and you'll see them actually in the presentation that we're having, the panels that are coming up. You'll see folks from, let's see, Juniper Networks and BrookSource and CACI. I'm trying to think of some of the other companies that are going to be represented. And that's just a small sampling of the companies that we have. Active hiring partners, we are trying to grow that number. We have had well over 1,000 companies, though, that have hired from the program. And our goal is to make sure that all companies know that we're here. Southwest Airlines, there they are. Well, yes, Southwest is here too.
Gary, Christopher, let me just interject just real quick. Gary, What company do you represent?
I'm with Site Selection Magazine.
Site Selection Magazine? Okay. Sure. All right. Awesome. Glad to have you. Mm-hmm.
It's just our teaser to get you to come to the afternoon session. So we make you wait to see who all is part of our network.
I'll be there.
We're trying to generate interest.
Yep. And they're all jumping into the chat to share that
to let you know that
they are here.
That they're here. Yes.
Lots of great partners, and we're going to hear from many of them later on today. So we look forward to having some vibrant panel discussions with all of them. Any other questions at this time? All right, well, we will reconvene at the top of the hour, so that would be 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will look forward to kicking off the Employer Partner Conference with all of you at that time. Thanks for joining us this morning, or whatever time zone you may be in, but thanks for joining us. We appreciate your interest and your partnership.